Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my very first video. Alright, so the first video I'm going to make is going to be kind of an all about me video, just a bunch of questions that I have been asked or that I've gathered up that I thought were unique or could help you get to know me better. So the first question is going to be, what's your full name? My full name is MelissaReannTalks. I get a lot of cool compliments on my last name saying it's unique or it's fun. And I think that's kind of cool because it kind of describes my personality a little bit because I'm just very unique. And I think when a name matches a person, then it makes it just so much better. It gives life to your last name. So second question is, what's your zodiac sign? I'm a Scorpio, and I exhibit those qualities extremely to the max. I'm loyal, I'm caring, but I'm also very, I get attached real easy, and I love everyone, and I get hurt really easy, and I'm also very independent. So it's a good thing to be a Scorpio, and it's also a bad thing to be a Scorpio, just like any sign. Next question is going to be 3 fears. Well, my first fear is super weird and super lame, but it's E.T. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just, I don't know. He's gross and wrinkly and brown, and his finger lights up, and he's an alien. It doesn't make sense to me why he exists, and it's scary because it scarred me for life. Alright, second fear, bees. Now, I don't hate them because my first name in Greek means honeybee, so that would be kind of immoral to hate them, but I know that we need to keep them around because if they die, we die. However, I do not frolic with bees. I would never be a bee harvester. I would never be a honey harvester. No way. My third fear is getting into another car wreck. My very first car wreck and only car wreck was really, really awful, and I got hurt really, really bad, and I wish that upon no one, and I hope it never happens to me again. Okay, 3 things that I love. Well, I love my family, I love my friends, and I love being busy. I know that's a weird thing to say, but I really enjoy being up and running all the time and then having days off once in a while where I'm just relaxed. But it's just something that helps me cope with whatever's going on, so being busy is an extremely important part of my life. And people often ask me, Melissa, why are you in so many clubs? Or why do you do so much stuff? Or why do you never say no to anyone? But it's because I want to be busy, I want to help, I want to change the world. Number 5, who's your best friend? My best friends are Ryan, Abigail, and Taylor. And I can't just pick one because they're all my best friend for some reason. And these 3 are my very best. I have tons of best friends, I have tons of people who are always there for me and care about me, but these 3 just hit a home run, and they've been there for me for so long. And it's so cool how I met Ryan and Taylor. It was through my ex-boyfriend, and we'd known each other a tad bit before I started dating him, and then they kind of took me in under their wing just like I was one of their own, and we hit it off right away, and I became really good friends with them. And after this boy and I broke up about 2 years later, they remained my best friends, and it was a great thing that I met them. And then Abigail, I met her my freshman year when I moved here, but we didn't really become good friends until halfway through sophomore year, and then we became best friends my junior year. And she's really been there for me whenever I need her, and it's so nice to have such an amazing, talented, wonderful best friend. So my group of best friends are just out of this world. Okay, so number 6, the last song I listened to. Oh, alright, the last song I listened to was Groove by Jack and Jack. If you don't know who Jack and Jack are, you should look them up because some of their songs are just super fun and really easy to dance to, and they'll make your mood brighten up. And I was thinking about putting that in the background of this video, so if it's in there, you'll hear it, but if it's not, you should go check it out because Jack and Jack are pretty cool. They just started making videos and music a little while ago, and they're already starting to get really famous, so you should go check them out because they're really good. How many tattoos or piercings do you have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? I have an industrial, none of these are in, by the way. I have a regular earlobe, a second earlobe, and a regular earlobe and a second earlobe on this side. And that's all I have for piercings and tattoos for right now anyways. Alright, and my favorite movie. So my favorite movie is the Titanic. And I have a lot of very favorite movies, and this is a really hard question, but that's just one that the moment I saw it, I just fell in love with it. And once you do that, it's just no going back. That's your favorite movie, and you can watch it a billion trillion times. Plus, Leonardo DiCaprio is my favorite actor, so that could have something to do with it. Because also on my top list is The Wolf of Wall Street, The Great Gatsby. I see a common theme happening here. My favorite type of music. This is not a very good question for me to answer because I love diversity, and I think being diverse with music is probably the most important thing that you can do. I think if I had to pick a genre, I would say alternative punk, maybe. That's definitely what got me really into music, and then I realized that there was such good music out there in every genre. Even country has really good music, and that's not something I listen to very often, and that's not really who I am as a person to listen to country music. But after you realize that all the different types of music has a really cool song or a really cool beat, you can really relate to every type of music, and then you're diverse and you know what's going on, you know what's happening. And ever since I became a DJ for the school dances, I've had to listen to all these different music types and really understand what was on the top 40 and what people were listening to and what people were bumping in their car. And then I started being very open to it and saying, hey, this is a good song, this is a good jam. And I would start listening to it and learning the words and making sure it was decently appropriate for school and getting the clean version if it wasn't. You know, I had to do a lot of research, and it really helped me grow as a person. Oh, to follow that up, what instruments have you played? Okay, so I play the piano, and I've played that for about 8 years. I played the bass guitar, and I played that for about 4. And I played the trumpet, and I played that for 4. And this is the first year in band that I haven't played trumpet, so I wasn't very good, I'll be honest. I was real bad. My relationship with my parents. Well, I'm extremely close to my mom. Her and I are best friends. We often joke that we're soulmates. She and I are inseparable. And it's really cool to have a mom just like that. And then my real dad doesn't live too far away. And him and I have a lot in common, especially with music. And we have a really good relationship too. My stepdad and I have a lot in common as well. And he and I have a wonderful relationship, and my stepmom and I get along really well as well. So I have, all in all, a really nice relationship with all my parents. Where do I work? Well, I work at a vet clinic. I take care of animals. I clean up after them. I take them outside, feed them. I also help the vet techs or the vet do anything that they need help with, like give shots. I give medicine. I do a lot of different things. I kind of clean up after everyone as well. Clean up the rooms, mop, sweep the floor. So it's a pretty cool job. I get to work hand in hand with animals. I get asked a lot if that's kind of what I'm wanting to pursue, but that's not. I want to be a psychologist. But I think it's really important to see the interaction between humans and animals. There's a really huge psychological connection there, so that's pretty cool. Next question is my favorite animal. Well, my favorite pet animal is a cat. I have 3, and they're really cool. Normal from Garfield, Azrael from the Smurfs, and Scrounger, and that was because he ate lint off the floor. Scrounger has recently become missing, but I have 2 still, and cats are still my very favorite. My favorite overall animal is an elephant. So I think elephants are a really cool animal, and they're fun to learn about. I'm just not a huge biology person. What are my future goals? Kind of answered that. I plan to attend either UNC or DU to get my PhD in psychology. I want to open my own practice. I also want to have a family, have children, you know, the American dream, basically. What's your favorite food? My favorite food is chicken parmesan from Olive Garden. The unfortunate thing about it being from Olive Garden is that I have to drive about an hour to get to the nearest Olive Garden, but it's totally worth it. So I would definitely drive 60 minutes up to Olive Garden just to get chicken parm. Okay, next question is my celebrity crush, or crushes. I'm gonna have to go with crushes because I have a couple. I love Leonardo DiCaprio, which I mentioned earlier with the favorite movie. I love Robert Downey Jr. I love Donnie Wahlberg. And I really love Johnny Depp. And I'm a huge fan of Christopher Drew Engel, and Kellen Quinn. I'm also strangely attracted to Ronnie Radke and MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, and I think those are my top. Most of them are over 40, so that's kind of weird, but there's a few young ones in there. 3 habits I have. I'm really bad at biting my nails. I cannot resist. If they get too long, they bother me, and then I have to chew on them to get them off. I bite them, and it's awful, and I need to stop, but painting them, anything really doesn't work, so maybe it's just something I'm going to have to live with. I don't know. Another habit is procrastinating. Yeah, that's one. I am such a good student, but I procrastinate way too often. That's basically all I do. And then it gets down to the wire and I have to crank it out like I didn't procrastinate it. And most teachers say they wouldn't know I procrastinated, which is good, but it's still not good on this end when it's about 2 in the morning and I haven't started my essay that's due in about 4 hours. So I should really stop that habit, but it's a prominent one that I think most people in my class have at this point. Senior year is full of procrastination. I've just had it since I was 10. The third habit would be something that's not really, it's a habit, but it's not a bad habit. It's talking to myself in the car. I discuss everything with myself, especially on my way to work, on my way home, from school, or from anywhere. I love to talk to myself because it makes me feel like I am actually talking it out instead of talking it out in my head, because talking things out in your head seems to be a little cluttered. And maybe it's because my head is very cluttered with many thoughts and ideas about the situation, and if I say it out loud, the clutter seems to clear. But either way, that's a huge habit of mine. Thanks guys, I'm so glad you watched this video. Go ahead and put anything you want to see from me in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. And please subscribe to see more videos because they'll be coming up real soon.
Come on, baby,